How's it going, everybody? I'm gonna be doing garlic today. So I'm gonna re-amend this bed. I just ripped everything out of it. We're gonna re-amend it. I'm gonna fork it over and just rake it out a little bit. And then I'm going to put fresh soil that I just made a little bit ago on top, and then I'm gonna plant out my garlic, and I'll show you what I use. All right, so I'm gonna begin with azomite. Then I'm gonna add worm castings. Then I'm gonna add kelp meal. Then I'm gonna add bone meal. Then I'm gonna add a fertilizer. It's all organic, and this is like a 5-4-4 something, pretty balanced. Then I'm gonna add alfalfa pellets. The alfalfa pellets have tricontinol, I can't pronounce it, something like that in it. It promotes growth in plants. So it allows the plants to uptake more nutrients, more water. It makes them healthier. Commercially, they use it pretty widely, and it's very good. Most people started using it because it has a little bit of nitrogen in it, but really you want the plant stimulator. It'll keep your plants healthier. They'll grow more vigorously and a lot better. So go with about a cup of azomite. And azomite is basically just a rock dust that has a ton of micronutrients that your plants need. And it's very important. Then I'll go with a couple of cups of the worm castings. I don't need that many because the soil I make has a bunch of worm castings in it already. Kelp meal. Kelp meal is super important for any kind of root vegetable. Carrots, parsnips, potatoes. Kelp will give you way bigger yields and a lot bigger vegetables, any root vegetable. I get my kelp meal from CZ Grain in bulk. Honestly, it's the best kelp meal I've found so far. I like CZ Grain. They got good products, good quality, and their prices are reasonable. Make sure you're getting everything evenly spread. You don't want too much of any one thing clumping up. This is important to do after your bed has been tapped out and grown in all spring, summer, and fall. I don't think enough people put enough stock into this. What you've been growing this whole time has sucked all the nutrients out of here. Deeper down, yeah, you're probably holding some stuff, but this is gonna put everything back into the soil that your plants are gonna need. Be liberal with your alfalfa pellets. I'm not gonna go bonkers because this is garlic, but if I were doing prepping a bed for broccoli or cabbage or tomatoes or anything like that, I would really put a thick layer down. Now I'm just gonna fork it up. I'm not gonna go too deep. I just want to get some air in all around it, and then I'll rake it out. Okay. I just want to rake everything over, mix it around. When I drop my soil on top, it's probably going to be a couple inches of soil. So all this stuff will just decompose, get absorbed into the soil. That looks good. Now I'm gonna get my soil, add that to the mix, plant out the garlic. I don't know if this will be enough, but we shall see. Yep, definitely gonna need more. Okay, I think I got most of it. This should just take one more bucket, and we should be good to go. We can start planting. It's okay if this is full, like really full. When I do the rest of my beds and amend them and put them to rest until I start growing in the spring, I'll mound the dirt up. Probably a couple inches higher than the bed. And it'll be fully amended. All the same stuff will go underneath, fresh soil on top, and I'll tarp everything off. I'll make a video and show you how I do it. That way come springtime, your beds are fresh and ready to plant. All I do literally is take a rake to them real quick, brush them up, and plant directly. And everything's good to go. And it takes off like a rocket. Your nutrients have already been getting dissolved into the soil by all the microorganisms in the soil eating it, which makes it bioavailable for your plant. Super important. All your calcium, phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen. When you put a fertilizer down, it's not immediately available. It takes a while for it to break down. And the microbiome of the soil, all the little microorganisms and bacteria are what break it down and make it available for your plants to uptake. So you want to do this long before you plant. Now we will plant some garlic. Let me find what I do with the garlic. Okay, I got Music garlic. It's a hardneck variety. I prefer hardnecks over softnecks. They're stronger. I think they taste better. Your softnecks, a little more mild, just as good. It's up to you what you want to grow. When you're doing this, try to leave the outside sheath on. It'll protect the garlic. You don't have to. It may still grow and you might not have any problems, but if it's exposed, it is more susceptible to take damage. When you plant it, pointy side up. You can see where the roots used to be, plant that down. And you only want to go an inch in. If you come across any soft or mushy pieces, do not plant them. They are rotten. They won't grow. And the rule with garlic is the bigger the clove, the bigger the bundle you're gonna get. I also got some elephant garlic. I like it. It's massive, but it's more mild. Be like a soft neck variety, but bigger. So all you're gonna do is make a hole no more than 1.5 inches deep. I see people going 3 and 4 inches. There's no need for that. 1 inch is fine. 1.5 inches, perfect. I like to give them good space just because they're pulling from each direction all the nutrients. So you want a big bulb, a good cluster of big cloves. Give it enough space to form that. If you bunch them up, you're still going to get production, but you're not going to get the size that you want. So give them enough space, maybe 3 inches, 3 to 6 inches apart. I just make, after I plant them, I make little indentations so I know exactly where I planted them. you'll be flying along planting all your garlic and forget. Next thing you know, come springtime, you'll have a bunch right next to each other. That's another thing. Garlic has to go through a vernalization process. So in colder weather climates where you get winter or somewhat of a winter or a hard winter, you don't have to worry about this. But if you're in a warmer climate, what you're going to want to do with your garlic before you plant it out is stick it in the fridge for 2 months and trick it into thinking it's been through a cold spell. If you don't do this, you're just going to have that clove's just going to turn into one bigger clove. You're not going to get all of the bulb that you should get. There's all kinds of wooden tools and things like that you can buy to make holes for planting your garlic. Just a waste of money. If your soil's decent, you got workable soil, you can use the butt end of your little garden shovel, a stick, your fingers. I have very good soil, so I don't ever worry about that. And I'll get questions, I always do, about how do I make my own soil. I'm gonna do another video on that as I start preparing beds. I'll be breaking down beds and prepping them for next year, and I'll draw out a diagram of what I'm growing where, and each bed will get prepared differently. Some of the stuff is going to be super heavy feeders, going to need more nitrogen. Some of it's going to require very little nitrogen, high phosphorus, high potassium. Some of it's going to need higher acidity soil. I'll run you through how I make soil for each bed and what I do for each thing that I'm planting. A lot of people call this music garlic. It's not. It's named after a guy and it's pronounced music. Awesome garlic. Strong, get huge heads on it. Very good. We probably go through more garlic and onions than anything. Maybe potatoes, I'm not sure. But I'm growing for a family of 6. So I don't grow a whole lot of, I'm growing it just to grow it kind of stuff. I used to, I won't do that anymore. When you find yourself running out of green beans or broccoli or whatever, you'll quickly change your mindset on that stuff. I'm gonna go in further that way. I'll just keep them all right here. Not as much as I anticipated, really. I may need to get more garlic. All right, I got it all planted out. All I'm gonna do is take some wheat straw and lightly cover it, not too much. I basically just want this to absorb rain or snow or hail. Keep the weed pressure down. So when weeds do pop up, they'll be few and far in between, and you'll be able to pull them out fairly easily. When your garlic comes up, it won't have no problem popping through this. And when it does come up, I usually take and spread out around it, make sure it's not growing through a bunch of straw, and then bunch it up around it. I'm probably gonna get more garlic and plant this whole bed because we're gonna need it. We'll fly through this so fast. Remember, if you like the content, we're on YouTube at Heller's Harvest. We're on TikTok at Heller's Harvest, and on Facebook, #Heller's Harvest. All right, thanks for watching.